And like hey, everybody know ain't no party like a Diddy party. So
Yeah, that's what's up. Yeah.
that's
And it's just basketball. At the end of the day, it's just basketball.
Like and subscribe on the way in the door, my people. I hope you all are having a truly, truly fantastic day today. Fanboys, 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 LeBron James fanboys, 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 LeBron James fanboys. Your life is ridiculous, and so is your kings. So, more from this. A lot of people have been responding to LeBron James' comments on ring culture. If you didn't hear, LeBron James feels that rings are too big of a factor when measuring greatness. And he actually pointed out himself in that clip. If anybody missed it, you should go check it out, or you shouldn't. But anyway, so I came across a clip with Stephen A. Smith and Bryant, LeBron James' best friend, who he decided to deny this year. And they were both saying, hey, look, LeBron James wouldn't have said this to Kobe Bryant, and I think we all know this to be 100% facts. There is no way the Duck would have opened his mouth in front of Kobe Bryant to say rings doesn't matter. The same way that the Lakers wouldn't have hung up that in-season tournament banner if Kobe Bryant was still there. That is a banner for losers. But because according to Kobe Bryant, the only thing they hang is championship banners. But anyway, let's check out this clip and we will be right back.
You're either a Kobe guy or a LeBron guy. And I know that Kobe, if he was on the other side of that table, other than Steve Nash, he would have had some words for LeBron, and they wouldn't have been.
You're damn right.
There wouldn't have been an agreement.
You're damn right.
So I do think that this is also a Kobe-LeBron ideology. Yeah.
Well, you can say it's an ideology, but you said, hold on, doggy. The last point. You can say it's an ideology, Wendy, but you also really, really told the truth on this one. First of all, Kobe would have had a few words, but I tell you why he wouldn't have. Because LeBron would have never said that sitting across the table from Kobe. Because he knows it would have been an instant argument. There's no way in hell he would have said that. Never. He wouldn't have said that across the table from Pat Riley.
All right, my people. So I disagree with Stephen A. when he says LeBron wouldn't have said it because he know it would have been an instant argument. No, LeBron wouldn't have said it, period, because he's a coward, and he wouldn't dare say something like that in front of a real winner, in front of someone who takes the game seriously, who takes winning seriously. LeBron James wouldn't have said that. Now, this whole thing about he wouldn't have said it in front of Kobe Bryant, this makes me think about the fact that everything LeBron James does exposes how weak he is. LeBron James fanboys, your king is weak, and so are you. It exposes how weak he is. I think the thing that we can take away from this, he had JJ Ridiculous. He had Steve Nash. Both people who will not offer any pushback. I think what we can take away from this is LeBron James doesn't want to be challenged. I mean, right? This is the theme of his career, is not being challenged. When the challenge presents itself, LeBron James will find a way to avoid the challenge. When he's sitting in Cleveland, again, the last 2 seasons before LeBron James left Cleveland, they had 60-plus wins. So a competitor, a winner, will say, hey, man, we getting up to 60 wins. We can figure this out. Like I got to get better on my leadership. In the case of LeBron James, it's tons to get better at. I get better at my free throws, get better at my ball handling, get better in the clutch, stop flopping, start playing better defense. There's tons that LeBron James could have done, but what LeBron James does is avoid the challenge. So instead of facing the challenge, he says, hey, I'm going to go form a super team and circumvent the challenge. And wound up getting beat to death in the finals by Jason Terry and J.J. Barea and Dirk. Wound up getting the biggest blemish that anyone could ever have, just totally getting ripped apart. But this is what happens when you avoid the challenge. So LeBron James, this is the theme of his career. Now, like I said, you take into consideration who he's had on this podcast so far, but then we got to think about the shop. The shop, which I'm assuming is supposed to be a play on the barbershop, where anyone who's ever been to a barbershop, specifically a black barbershop, you know that the topics, when you're talking about sports, things can get intense, because it doesn't matter what your opinion is, there is normally someone there who is going to have the opposite opinion. However, in LeBron James' version of the shop, they all sit around and co-sign everything everybody says. It doesn't matter what they say. Everybody's, oh, yeah, man, that's true. That's true. LeBron James said on the shop that he should have won Defensive Player of the Year. And everybody, yeah, man, of course you should have won Defensive Player of the Year. It's just a big cosign fest. It's just a big enable fest for people who don't want any pushback. And he had the nerve to name it the shop, like a barbershop. No, there is nothing like that show is nothing like a barbershop. It is devoid of pushback. The only time I saw any kind of realness on the shop was when they had Ocho Cinco on there. And Ocho Cinco just punked LeBron James on the shop. For those who hadn't seen the episode, Ocho Cinco got on there, was directly challenging LeBron James to one-on-one. Said we could play right now, and you could tell LeBron James didn't want any. Can you imagine if Ocho Cinco was trash talking Kobe or Michael Jordan like that? They said, well, get your shoes right now. Let's handle this right now. But LeBron James didn't want nothing. Again, this guy has done so many pathetic things as a competitor that he really can't be labeled a competitor at all. He has spent his whole career avoiding the challenge. And one thing Wendy said at the beginning, which is the absolute truth, he said, you're either a LeBron guy or a Kobe guy. We've just been talking about this very topic of, can you be a fan of Michael Jordan and LeBron James at the same time? And the answer is no. But if you're a fan of Michael Jordan, you are almost automatically a fan of Kobe Bryant. Because these are two people who represent very similar things, manifested in slightly different ways, but very close. Very close in mindset. We definitely know both of these guys took the game of basketball very seriously. We know both of these guys were ultra competitors. Again, this goes back to why I believe LeBron James is jealous of Kobe Bryant. And honestly, I really believe LeBron James is jealous of Kobe Bryant because LeBron James knows that Kobe is actually like Mike. LeBron James knows for everything he has done to try to pretend, to try to pose as if he's like Mike. He knows Kobe Bryant is actually like Mike, which is why Michael Jordan embraced him. LeBron James came in wearing number 23, doing his fake powder toss, even tried to shoot some free throws with his eyes closed, which for the life of me, I can't even imagine what was going on in the mind of someone who can't even shoot free throws with their eyes open to making the decision that I'm going to try to replicate the greatest player to ever play the game and shoot free throws with my eyes closed. That boggles my mind, except for the fact that LeBron James, again, like everything else he does, it was just a Hail Mary. It's like, okay, if I do this and it happens to go in, then I can say, see, look, I'm like Mike. I close my eyes. So LeBron James was just banking on the fact that, hey, I throw it up there, it's a chance, and if it goes in, then I'm gonna act like I just did the greatest thing in the world. But yeah. Tried to shoot free throws with his eyes closed. Did the bogus Space Jam 2. I mean, the guy has tried to replicate Michael Jordan in every way except mindset. And for this, he makes constant excuses. But LeBron James fanboys, you guys please tell me, why won't he sit down with someone who will offer some pushback on what he says? Why won't he sit down with someone who will offer some counterpoints to what he's saying, not just sit there and agree and say yes to everything he says? But that's because he is weak. This is weak-minded behavior, LeBron James fanboys. You guys can relate. You guys are the same way. If you are getting ready to type hater in my comments, yes, I'm talking about you. You are exactly the one I am talking about. This is weak-minded behavior, to not want pushback for what you have to say, to surround yourself with people who won't give you any pushback, to not rise to the challenge. Against all of these things really are about LeBron James not rising to the challenge. Do you think in a million years Kobe would allow Jason Terry to cook him? In a million years. Jason Terry couldn't cook Kobe Bryant right now. Kobe's not here and Jason Terry still couldn't cook him. This is just something that would never happen because Kobe Bryant he's a competitor. He rises to the challenge, and he's definitely not gonna let somebody challenge him in that way and just make a fool of him on the court. But this all has to do with LeBron James' weakness. This is weak-minded behavior. This is the behavior of someone who avoids the challenge at all costs. This is why he doesn't like one-on-one. This is why he never participated in a slam dunk contest, because the slam dunk contest is just you. It's you and your creativity, which we know LeBron James has none in any facet, in any sense of the imagination. LeBron James has no creativity, whether we're talking about the way he dunks in game or his actual game. Again, Larry Bird, Magic Johnson, Michael Jordan, Kobe Bryant, all those guys were highly creative. Highly creative, each in their own unique ways. And even though Kobe played a lot like Mike, you know, there were things that were very specific to Kobe Bryant. It was part of the own creativity of his mind. The same with Michael Jordan. Michael Jordan, the originator of how Kobe played, but Kobe Bryant couldn't copy everything that Michael Jordan could do. But these guys were creative. They had imagination. LeBron James has no creativity in his brain. He's not even creative with lying. I mean, his lies aren't even creative. I mean, the way he lies is so. You would think that, like, LeBron, did you forget the last lie you told, or are you just so counting on the delusion of your fan base that it really doesn't matter what you say, they're gonna suck it up? And we know exactly which it is. It's the fact that LeBron James knows he has a fan base who is gonna suck up whatever he says. But anyway, we're gonna hold up here. This is pathetic, people. This is the weak-minded king, the guy who can't have anybody on who's gonna give him pushback. And like I said, this is absolutely on the money. There is no way he would ever sit and say that in the presence of Kobe Bryant. And, you know, Stephen A. said because it would be an argument. No, it's not going to be an argument. LeBron James is too weak to argue with Kobe Bryant. When Kobe Bryant was punking him in the All-Star game, I mean, just saying the most disrespectful things to him, like, this guy can't score on me, and looking at other people and shaking his head about LeBron James. Kobe Bryant's doing the most disrespectful things to this guy in the All-Star game, and LeBron James had nothing to say. He's just weak. LeBron James fanboys, how do you guys go on? I would really like to know. How do you go on living this kind of existence every day? How do you go on living a life of defending your king every day? Do you not get exhausted? Well, probably not, again, because, you know what? Let's hold up here. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. What do you think about Stephen A. and Brian Windhorst saying, hey, he would not say this in front of the Mamba? I completely 100% agree with that. Anyway, let me know what you guys think in the comments. You all have a truly fantastic day, and I'll see you next time. All right.